Good morning, ladies. This video today is about talking about practicing forgiveness when you're in a relationship. I know this is a hard topic because nobody wants to hear that F word, forgiveness, especially when you've been done wrong and you've been hurt and all those types of things. But bear with me and listen, y'all. Hopefully y'all learned something from this video today. But like I said, definitely make sure that you listen in. Feel free to share this video, and of course, make sure that you, of course, follow, subscribe to the page here. So let's go ahead and get into this. Again, this video is about practicing forgiveness. What does that look like? What does it mean? At least from my point of view, for my 25 plus years being a social worker and a coach and all this, like I said, this is what this means to me. When I heard about forgiveness, I know a lot of folks, of course, especially ladies, the men too, I'm sure, but I'm speaking to the ladies right now, but I know a lot of us have been, of course, hurt and cheated on, beat on, all types of things in relationships. I understand that. We've been talked down to, voices not being heard, and all those kinds of things as well. And I understand that I've been there as well. But at some point we have to, in order for us to, of course, to move forward in life, we have to learn how to forgive that person and move on and let go of that, whatever that hurt was. And when anybody, not just me, talk about forgiveness, I know a lot of folks thinking that you're just letting the person that hurt you or harmed you off the hook. That's not what I'm talking about. Nobody's ever going to forget whatever harm or hurt or trauma or whatever it was that you went through with that person, with your partner. What I'm talking about is forgiving yourself so you can have peace, finding your peace somewhere inside of you so that you're able to, of course, move forward. I'm not saying you have to call the person, ask for an apology. You probably would never get it. But like I said, finding your own internal peace. That's what I mean by forgiveness. Finding your own internal peace so that situation won't, and that situation, other situations, won't continue to, of course, trigger you as much. Over time, it'll lessen, of course, once you start, of course, trying to find your peace about this situation. Even in, like I said, even in those hard situations where there was abuse of some type, like I said, it definitely can happen. I've been there. I've done that too. With the emotional abuse and verbal abuse, I've been there and done that. And I've seen the physical as well. But like I said, we have to get to a point where we're trying to figure out our own peace and our own peace around these situations so that we won't be stuck in those times when those things happen and still having that same mindset that all men are like this, or all men are dogs, or all men, you can't trust the man, and all this kind of stuff. That's going to keep you from moving forward in life. It's going to keep you in that same mindset. And it's going to keep you from going into any other relationship in the future, no matter how much you try to hide and say that that's not what you believe. But if you haven't fully forgiven that situation and moved on, all those feelings, all those thoughts, and that attitude and that mindset is still going to be there. It has to be something that has to be worked on. And I hope that these things I'm going to talk about, I have 3 different things I'm going to talk about in this video today. I hope that these things help you to understand that when you let go of the resentment through open and honest communication, forgiveness can definitely happen. There's going to be anger. There's going to be bitterness. There's going to be all types of things, I'm sure, that you feel, because I felt that too. But once you start having that open and honest communication, first starting with yourself and then with your partner, then you can easily move on and let go of like I said, the resentment, the bitterness, and the hurt, and all those types of things. So the first thing is to acknowledge the hurt, but focus on the future. Yes, while there was issues in the past and that kind of thing, especially if you're still with your partner, if there was issues or whatever happened in your relationship, focusing on the hurt, acknowledge the hurt, yes. Focus on that. Just of course, think about it, what happened, what the situation was, what you're going to do about it, and all those kind of things. But focus on the future as well. If you're not with the person anymore, then focus on the future with yourself being a single person and trying to figure out your own life at this point. But if you are still with this person, focus on the future of y'all trying to come back to create a better connection so you both can move forward in this relationship, if your partner is willing. I don't know your partner, but I'm talking to you. But if your partner's willing, definitely work on the relationship if you all can. If not, there's maybe something you have to do on your own. But like I said, acknowledge that hurt. Don't just wallow in it. Yes, I know it's easy to get depressed and down. I've been there. I've been suicidal in the past as well. I know how easy it is to, of course, stay down in that same valley and think about whatever the person has done to you and over and over and over. And that's the only story that you're playing in your mind. We have got to change that mind, or the things that you're thinking about that's affecting your mindset. Focusing on your future, focusing on the good things, focusing on you not being a victim anymore. Focusing on your own woman's empowerment, focusing on you. that can definitely help you move better forward in the future. Don't just wallow in that. Yes, while it may take a little bit for you to, a few days, a few weeks, or a few months possibly for you to get yourself together and try to fix, fix your I guess this mindset or whatnot. It's taken me sometimes years in the past. Now I know easier ways to do it. But like I said, definitely it can take you a few days, a few months, or a few weeks. You don't have to lay in that for years and years and years and talk about how men are dogs and how they dogged you and how all men are the same and all this kind of stuff. Every man is not the same. First, we have to start with our own mindset and find out who we are. I always talk about that. Speaking your truth to yourself first, that always comes to you first. It always starts with you first. So like I said, with that number one, acknowledging that hurt, but focusing on your future, however you see that, however you deem that. Number two, avoid, if you're still with this person or if you still have contact with this person, I guess I put it this way, your partner, past or present partner, avoid bringing up past mistakes during arguments. And this more applies to those who are still with their partner. Because I know sometimes we, of course, not just women, but of course men too, want to throw things up in your face, especially when they feel like they're being talked down to or feeling defensive. Somebody says something, you're being blamed, ashamed, and all this kind of stuff. People do throw things up in your face. You did this back in 1944, and I never forgave you for it, and I hate you for this, and all this kind of stuff. At some point, we have to avoid bringing up those past mistakes during arguments. All it's going to do is cause more of an argument and more of a rift and less connection between you two. Just keep that in mind. Especially if you're trying to get back with this person or you all are still in the same household, all bringing up past mistakes and past issues and all that kind of stuff, it's going to just cause further damage to the relationship. Don't bring those things up during arguments. There's better times to bring those things up so y'all can talk about those things besides during an argument. You can use that for a date night. Talk about whatever issue it was you want to talk about. I don't know, whatever it was. Use that in your date night so y'all can find peace within the relationship, with starting with you two both, and then of course inside your relationship. Do that at a date night. If you want to bring up a past hurt or past mistake that had happened that you're not fully I guess that you haven't fully let go of. You can have your pillow talks. Pillow talk meaning that you, of course, whether you're in the bed, you're on the sofa, sitting quietly with each other, having those kind of conversations. Have those conversations then, not during a heated argument. All that's going to do, like I said before, is cause all this extra trauma and drama that nobody should have to go through. Find other ways and other times to, of course, talk about the past hurt and the past mistakes so that you all can, like I said, can find peace with that, can forgive each other with those things, and can move on with those things and let go of those things at some point. Number three, practice letting go of resentment through open communication. Like I just said, but those times that you all do communicate, not during the argument. But when you are talking, trying to figure out what's going on and what happened and all that kind of stuff, when you all communicate more and talk about those things more on a non-defensive level, and a non-argumentative level, you all can, of course, learn how to practice more of the letting go, practice more of the letting go of the resentment, the bitterness, the issue, those types of things. And it's easier for you to forgive that way as well. Not just having heated argument after heated argument, and fight after fight. All that's going to do is just keep you on edge all day long. I've been there. I know that. I'm divorced now in my marriage and in my relationship after that. I know how that feels. Nobody wants to be on edge and hate to come home walking on eggshells, all these types of things. We have to learn how to communicate better, y'all. And ladies, I'm talking to you. I'm sure the men understand that as well, because I know I have men on this page who are listening. But you cannot bring up all these things during arguments. Having that open communication, open, honest communication, to speak your truth when it's a non-defensive environment, do that. Do that often, especially if y'all have had different issues that come up or the trust has been broken. There's been all types of issues going on. I don't know whether it's cheating or whether it's abuse or whatever it is. Somebody left the toilet seat up. It's getting on your nerves. Somebody ain't helping in the house with the chores. Somebody ain't helping you take care of the kids. Whatever it is, talk about those things when there's not when you all are at peace, at rest. Not when you're having arguments and in the middle of an argument throwing all these things up in somebody's face. Talk about those things when you're not having an argumentative moment, when you're having a more peaceful time and a peaceful moment. So like I said, I just want to make sure that y'all understand, like I said, forgiveness is not for your partner. It is for you to move forward. Like I said, I know nobody wants to hear this F word. I put it that way today, but that's all right. You're going to hear it from me, because I know how important that forgiving is in any type of relationship, whether it's this romantic relationship that you're in, or even dealing with your kids or your family or your work or whoever it is. Forgiveness is important in our lives, y'all. I know a lot of folks, I'm not going to forgive because I'm not going to forget this situation. Like I said before, nobody's telling you to forget anything. When I'm talking about forgiveness, is a part of your healing process. Is a part of you learning how to lessen those triggers that lessen those things that may trigger you, so that you can better move forward in life and not be stuck in that moment where that hurt and that trauma occurred. Because if you're stuck in that moment where that hurt and that trauma occurred, you're going to constantly have that same mindset and that attitude about these men ain't nothing. All they do is cheat and all this kind of stuff. That's all you're going to have, ladies. I might date no more because they all dumb and stupid, or whatever you're saying to yourself about the folks that you're trying to date, the men that you're trying to date, or the man that you're in a relationship with. So I know those things probably run through your head too if you're still in that relationship and y'all have been torn apart, but still live in the same household. Those things are going to come in your head too. They came in mine as well. But at some point, we have to learn how to move past those things, move past that hurt, that trauma, and that trauma in order for us to find our own healing and our own way forward to, of course, create a better life for ourselves, whether it's with your partner or without your partner, especially if some things have happened that you all cannot come back to that connection, then sometimes the relationship has to end. We all understand that. But still, forgiveness has to take place in that process. Not saying right then that day, but after things were said and done, and you, of course, are trying to get back to yourself, forgiveness, this F word, should be in there somewhere too. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck in those moments. In the moment, your body going to feel it and your mind's going to feel it. So with that, ladies, like I said, let me know in the comments, how do you approach forgiveness in your relationship? Please share with me below so I can, of course, comment with y'all, talk to y'all, and that kind of thing as well, as I definitely want to get to know y'all as well. And I do want to put out there that if anybody needs more personalized one-on-one assistance, you can definitely DM me the word coaching, and I can, of course, talk to you about ways I can help you and coach you through some processes and stuff like that as well. Just simply DM me the word coaching, COACHING. So with that, y'all, this is Tonetta, your social worker coach. I look forward to, of course, doing another video with y'all. And like I said, I definitely look forward to, of course, providing some of my experiences, some of my lessons that will help y'all move forward in your relationships as well and better speak your truth, y'all. So with that, have a good one, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.